everybody stand up for a prayer? Miss Santillan, can you lead the prayer? In the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning, class! How are you today? It's good to hear. Everyone is good. Have you eaten your breakfast? Oh, okay, very good. So, who are absent for today? So, no one is absent for today. That's good. Are you ready for a new discussion this morning? Okay, but before that, let us have a recap. What did we discuss last meeting? Yes, Miss Basadre? Last meeting, we had discussed about a letter to God. That's correct. Now, who was the author of the story? Yes, Miss Igos? Okay, exactly. The author of the story is Gregorio Lopez y Fuentes. Now, what was the story all about? Yes, Miss Santillan. Exactly. The story is all about Loncho, who prayed and wrote a letter to God, destroyed crops by the hailstorm. Now, any question about our topic last meeting? So, there's none. Now, class, I have here a picture. What have you observed in the picture? Oops, do not answer in chorus. Please raise your right hand if you want to answer. Yes, Miss Upamen. Okay, thank you. As Miss Upamen said, there is a footprints hidden somewhere else. What else? Anyone? Okay. So, if you see footprints hidden somewhere else, what will you do? Yes, Miss Arnopia. Okay, thank you. As what Miss Arnopia said, if she sees footprints going somewhere else, she will follow it. Anyone? Who else has an idea? Yes, Miss Mabaso. Right. Out of curiosity, you will follow the footprints without thinking what could possibly happen along the way. Now, if you already knew what's in there, if it is a risky situation, will you go back or not? Now, class, be with me this morning as we are going to tackle the story entitled Footnote to you by Jose Garcia Villa. Now, everybody read. Okay, thank you. Lesson attentively because at the end of the lesson, you are expected to everybody read. Okay, thank you. Are you excited to hear the story, class? Okay, but before we're going to proceed, let us know first the author of the story. So this is Jose Garcia Villa. This is his picture. Okay, so Jose Garcia Villa, he is a poet, a critic, a short story writer, and a painter. Jose Garcia Villa was born on August 5, 1908 in Singalong, Manila. His parents were Simeon Villa and Gia Garcia. He graduated from the UP High School in 1925 and enrolled in the pre-med course. In addition, Jose Garcia Villa was first interested in painting but turned out to writing after reading Sherwood Anderson's Winesburg, Ohio. He used the Viglion as his pen name, as he derived from himself as his characters like dove, eagle, and lion. Am I clear? Okay, but before we will dig deeper, let us first unlock the difficult words that can be found in the story. All you have to do is, I have here a meaning of the difficult words. And then, I have here the choices. All you have to do is choose your answers from this and paste it to the board. Okay? Who would like to volunteer? Okay, thank you. Okay, let us check your answers. For number 1, a great or important victory. Is it correct? Okay, it is triumph. Number 2, showing a lack of respect for other people. Is it correct? Okay, it is insolent. For number 3, a feeling of anger. A feeling of anger. Is it correct? Okay, it is resentment. For number 4, cruel and unfair treatment by people with power over others. Is it correct? Okay, it is tyranny. For number 5, to give up. It is for 6. Very good. All your answers are correct. Now class, listen attentively as I read the story because after that, I have here a questions that you are going to answer. Everybody read for number 1. Number 2. And number 3. I have here a prepared guidelines for you to follow. That is called SLC. S stands for sit properly. L stands for listen attentively. And C stands for comprehend the story. Am I clear, class?
Footnote to Youth by Jose Garcia Villa. Dodong is 17 years old young, who is impatiently waiting for his father to return home so that he can tell him of his love for the young and his desire to marry her. He feels that at 17, he is a grown man and is ready for the next important step in his life. When he tells his father that he asked the young to marry him and wants his blessing, there is a long and cruel silence. His father asked if he must marry her because Dodong is very young. Dodong resents his father's question and finally his father gives his consent. 9 months later, Dodong is waiting outside while the young gives birth to their first son, Blas. He feels young and inexperienced, a contrast to how he felt 9 months ago. Dodong did not want any more children, but they came anyway. For the next 6 years, Thiang gave birth, 7 children in all. Thiang did not complain. However, her body was now shapeless and thin from bearing so many children and from the hard work of caring for them and the household. Even though she loved Dodong, she cried and wished that she had not married so young. There had been another suitor, Lucio, who was 9 years older than Dodong. She chose Dodong because he was so much younger. Lucio had married after she married Dodong. However, he was childless. She wonders if she had married Lucio, would she be childless? She feels that would have been a better lot in life. But she loves Dodong even though life has made her old and ugly. One night, Dodong goes outside and thinks about his life. He wants to have the wisdom to know why life does not fulfill youth's dreams. Why did life forsake you after love? He never finds the answer. When Blas turns 18, he comes home and tells Dodong that he wants to marry Tuna. Dodong at this time is only 36 years old, but he is portrayed as a much older man. Dodong does not want Blas to marry so young. He asked the same question his father asked him. Does Blas have to marry Tuna? He does not want him to make the same mistake he did. Blas also reacts with resentment. Dodong realized that he is dealing with the youth and love, and they will triumph over the situation. After that comes real life. He gives his consent, feeling sad and sorry for his son. As I said a while ago, you are going to answer these questions. I would like to answer question number 1. What do you think is the reason why the author entitled the story Footnote to Youth? Okay, Mr. Dula? Thank you. The reason why the author entitled the story Footnote to Youth, it is because it is a brief reminder to the Filipinos, especially the youth, of what could be a real life today. It serves as a note or a reminder that the life of having your own family in a young age will not be easy as cake. How about question number 2? Is there any implication of the story to the young people today? If yes, what is it? Okay, thank you. The implication of the story to the young people today is that all the youth is experiencing this kind of trouble. For example, because of the lack of education and orientation of the parents and siblings about responsible adulthood and parenthood, their siblings are engaging to a lot of relationship and turns out to be marrying at the young age because of their stubbornness and foolishness. Okay? For number 3, once in your life, have you been like the dog in terms of making a decision? Okay, thank you. Of course, once in our life, we have experienced this. We rush things, we make decisions impulsively, but even though we are like that, always remember, be responsible in every decision that you have made.
Now class, what is the title of the story? Yes, Miss Mabaso? Okay, the title of the story is Footnote to Youth. How about the author of the story? Yes, Miss Basadre? Okay, thank you. The author of the story is Jose Garcia Velia. Now, who are the characters of the story? Okay, yes, Miss Okamen? Thank you. The characters in the story are Blas, Tuna, Dodong, and Tiang. Now, how about the setting of the story? Okay, the setting of the story is in the farm and in the house of Dodong. Now, what point of view is being used in the story? Okay, thank you. The point of view is being used in the story is, okay, third person omniscient point of view. Now, who tells the story? Okay, of course, the author tells the story. Now, how does the story get started? Okay, the story gets started is when Dodong got home from the farm and waiting for his father in order to get his blessing about marrying Tiang. How about the rising action in the story? Okay, it is when Dodong wants to marry Tiang and asks his father's permission, thinking that they are still young and their love will be short. What is the climax of the story? Okay, thank you. It is when Tiang gave birth to their first baby named Blas, but Dodong felt embarrassed. He is not ready to support a family. How does the following action happen? Okay, thank you. It is when Tiang's secretary regretted being married at an early age. Now class, in addition, this story was written in year 1933. Am I clear? What are the values that we can get from the story? Yes, Miss Braga? Thank you. Being responsible. Yes, you should be responsible in every decision that you have made, just like the dog in the story. He took all the responsibilities for his decision, even if he regretted at the end. but he continuously stand for the decision that he had made. Another Mr. Dula, commitment. One of the values we can get from the story is commitment. In the young's part, even if she regretted marrying the dog over Yushu, one of her suitors. But Tiang did not complain. Instead, she enjoyed the commitment that she had with her husband. We should not easily give up, especially if there is someone who will be affected. The other values that we can get from the story is decision making. Yes, that's right. And every decision that we will make sure that at the end, you will see the possible outcome so that at the end, you will not regret of the decision that you have made. Always take decision making seriously. If you are dealing with decision, consider the consequences, both negative and positive. So, enjoy your youth as much as possible because this is the important period in your life. Am I clear, class? Now, class, do you understand the story? Okay, since you already understand the story, let us proceed to our activity. For your activity number 1. In a one-whole sheet of paper, identify the elements of the story. This activity, you will be doing this by group. This side will be the group 1 and this side will be the group 2. For activity number 2, create a short role play to retell the story. I have here the rubrics: mastery 15 points, collaboration 10 points, audience impact 5 points, total of 30 points. This activity, you will be doing this with your same group. For the evaluation, in a short bond paper, explain the values of decision making through reflective essay. I have here the rubrics: grammar 15 points, content 10 points, neatness 5 points, total of 30 points. For your assignment, read and study in advance the story entitled Scent of Apples by Bienvenido Santos. In a one-half sheet of paper, answer these following questions. Number 1, who are the characters in the story? What is the story all about? And last, what is the theme of the story? Am I clear, class? Class dismissed.